Hey folks, John Pelham. Occasionally somebody asks me doing one of these videos to do one of my favorite poems that I've written over the years. And so I decided to do one today that comes from an incident that I had when I was a county extension agent, 4-H agent in San Antonio back in the 60s. And it's got a little bit of a moral or an edge to it at the end that you'll pick up on. It's called The World's Most Famous and Reluctant Rabbit Judge. Well, how was I supposed to know? And how could I have foreseen? And why was he running straight at me? And how could I have known what this pursuit might mean? Puzzled? Well, so was I. I'd just pulled into the parking lot. I was ready to go to the local livestock show, and this is the greeting that I got. "John, you got to help me out." Well, knowing him, I probably flinched out of habit. "What?" says I. "My judge says he didn't show up, and now you got to judge the rabbits." My first reaction should have been to climb back in my pickup and go home. Well, I didn't do it. And that's the mistake. That mistake's the basis of this poem. Because you see, there was lots I knew about judging a whole array of livestock: cows, sheep, hogs, horses, even chickens. But I didn't know a Florida white from a silver fox. Those, of course, are now rabbit breeds, but I didn't know that then. About the only thing I knew about rabbits was when we used to hunt them back when we'd spotlight them down in the oat patch, trying to get rid of them, as many of them as we could. They'd feast on emerging oat plants, and a bunch of them jackrabbits could eat about as much as a cow could. But I'd never judged one at all. Facts were, sure, they never wanted to. But I had to help my frantic friend. What in the world was I going to do? Well, several years before this request, I'd seen a rabbit judge doing his thing. "Nothing to it," said I to myself. "I'll just pitch in, help him, and give this thing kind of a fling." Well, everything was going pretty well, I thought, till I entered and saw all those furry creatures. They were all colors, all sizes, all eye colors. I really didn't know there was so many different features. The judge that I had seen before had to seem what to be a set of actions that he went through. I didn't know what they all meant, but I didn't know what else to do. So I'd take one out of his cage and I'd plop him down on the stomach on the table. I'd run my fingers down his spine, not knowing what it meant, but I was able to do and go through and act like I knew exactly what I was feeling as I did so. Then I'd fluff his hair up a bit. Had no clue, but I had to act like I did, though. Finally, after going through these machinations, Judge Pelham was ready to place the class. If I act like I know my business, I thought, I might just get out of here and they'd give me a pass. Well, I announced my decisions, and I got out of there as quick as I could. I didn't know if I'd placed them right, but I thought I'd pulled it off pretty good. Needless to say, that was it. I never again repeated that task. Needless also to say, after that, I was pretty sure I'd never again be asked. Well, I was sort of glad it happened the way it did, even though I figured I probably botched the deed. Thinking about how desperate he was earlier, I was glad I was able to help a friend in need. Bottom line, that taught me a lot. And over the years, I've found it to be true. Mostly, it don't matter if you know what you're doing, just as long as you can convince others that you do. Folks, there's a little truth in those last two verses. First of all, you got a friend that needs help, help them. Sometimes you have to help them and not knowing exactly what to do and how to do it, but they need help, so you jump in and do it. Use the best judgment, use whatever knowledge you have of the subject, and go for it as if you knew what you were doing. Most times, if you do that, it'll work out right. And if they don't, maybe they won't notice it. So, folks, appreciate you being with me today. Look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.